Assalamu alaikum, ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban bik. I'm welcoming you back. In this lesson, you shall be learning an important part of the Arabic grammar. And before we dive into the full discussion, I want to quickly look at the sentence on the board. This will be the foundation of this discussion. It says, Lam yastayqiz fayakula. This could simply be translated to he did not wake, so he did not eat. This sentence is coming with a particle of causation, meaning that the second part of this sentence is the direct consequence of the first. Because I say, Lam yastayqiz, he did not wake. Because of that, he has not eaten. So if he had woken up, if he was awake, he would have eaten. The fact that he was still sleeping, that is the reason behind his not feeding. So this sentence is a causal sentence, a causative sentence. And the word which shows this causation is the fa that is there. And in Arabic, we call this fa al-sababiyya, the fa of causation, the causal fa, the fa of consequence, the reason why something happens. Now, if you look at this sentence, we need to point out two things. The first one is the fa there. We want to talk about that. And also the verb coming after the fa, which is yakula. Why do you think the word yakula is changed from dhamma to fatha at the end, when you know that all present tense verbs originally should end with dhamma? The only time a present tense verb in the Arabic language could end with a fatha is when it appears after one of these four particles, which is either the an, lan, idan, k. But when you look at fayakula, none of these particles are there. Then what is the reason behind this? We have learned previously in the last episodes that sometimes these particles, especially the an, could be made hidden, and here the same thing has happened. The word an is hidden there, which we call the an al-mudmaro, the hidden and the applied an. So here the sentence had an, but the an is removed, and that is why the present tense is carrying fatha. So again, lam yastayqiz fayakula. The only reason why yakula is carrying fatha is because of the hidden an. And as we move on through the book Durus al-Arabiya from this topic, you shall learn this in details. Here it says ba'da fa al-sababiyya, which means after the fa of causal, after the causative fa. When the an appears after the fa, it should be hidden. An example we have, lam yuse fayubugod, he did not do wrong, so he was not hated. You can see, he did not do wrong, and as such, he was not hated. The word yubogodo is carrying fatha because the an is hidden. Number two, we have lam yus'al fayujiba. He was not asked. He wasn't asked. He was not questioned. So he did not answer. Fayujiba. Next we have isna'il ma'arufa. Do what is good. Fatanala shukra. And you earn appreciation. Lastly we have kun layyin al-janib. Be kind. Fatuhab. And you be loved. You can see all of these sentences, they have a present tense verb which are carrying fatha because the an is hidden. Let's go into the detailed explanation of this topic. It says, Al-Bahsu, unzir al-af'al al-mudari'a. Look at the present tense verbs in the following examples, which are yubogodo, yujiba, tanala, and tuhabba. Fil amthilat al-sabiqa in the previous example. Tajid kullan minha, you will find out that each of the present tense verbs here مسبوق بفاء تفيد أن ما قبلها سبب في وصول ما بعدها. Each of the present tense verbs from the four examples brought above, they appear after fa al-sababiyya, the fa which shows that the action which happens after the fa is a consequence of the action before it. فالإساءة في المثال الأول, looking at the first example, you see al-isa'a, which is wrongdoing. In the first example, sababun fil bogodi is the reason for the hatred. So al-isa, which is fayobogod, it is hated because of the wrongdoing. وَالسُّؤَالُ فِي الْمِثَالِ الثَّانِي. In the second example, the question sababun fil ijaba is the consequence of the answer, is the reason why the answer comes. وَهَلُمَّ جَرٌّ and etc. Min ajli dhalika, as such, for that reason, summiyat hadhihi al-fa'u fa al-sababiyya. This type of fa is called the causal fa, the fa of causation, the fa of consequence. وَإِذَا تَأَمَّلْتَ هَذِهِ الْفَاءَ فِي التَّرَاكِيبِ الَّتِي مَعَنَا. If you are to study this fa in the formation of words which you have, the sentence formation which you have, وَجَدْتَهَا مَسْبُوقَةً بِنَفْيٍ. You will find out that this fa is appearing in all of the sentences after negative particles or negative sentence. كما في المثالين الأولين, in the first two examples. أو بطلب, or this fa is coming in a sentence which is coming in request form, like a command tone. كما في المثالين الأخيرين, in the last examples. تأمل بعد ذلك. After that, you can now study آخر الفعل المضارع, the last letter of the present tense verbs. بعد هذه الفاء تجده منصوبا. You will see that the present tense verb which appears after this fa, all of them are carrying fatha at the end of it. ولكنك لا ترى قبله أداة ظاهرة من أدوات النصب المعروفة. But you will not find out any of the particles which should change original present tense verb into carrying fatha. وإذا لابد أن يكون النصب بأن المحذوفة على مثال ما كان في المواضيع المتقدمة. You will find out that it is a must that the an must have been hidden, just as we explained in the previous lessons. وَالْحَذْفُ هُنَا وَاجِبٌ أَيْضًا, and omitting the an is also a compulsion. لأن النصب لا يظهر بعد هذه الفاء بحال من الأحوال, because present tense verb which appears after this word originally should not come except with this in this condition. This fa, when it appears originally, the present tense coming after it should not carry fatha except that the an is hidden. Now coming to the rule. The rule says ينصب المضارع بأن مضمرة وجوبا. A present tense verb is made compulsorily to be carrying fatha by the applied an which is hidden. بعد فاء السببية, as long as this an is coming after the causal fa, the fa of causation, the fa of consequence. المسبوقة بنفي أو طلب, and this fa should be the fa which appears after a negative particle or a sentence with the command or request tone. So again, whenever a present tense verb appears after fa, and this fa is fa al-sababiyya, and it appears after a negative sentence or a command sentence or a request sentence, therefore the present tense verb should be carrying fatha by making the and there hidden. We ask Allah to grant us understanding. Until we meet again, jazakumullahu khairan. Make sure you like, share with your friends, and your comments at the comment section. Do not forget to hit on the join button to join our membership or members only content. Until we meet again, jazakumullahu khairan. Wassalamu alaikum.